What's up, BookTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura if you're new here, and today we're playing Operation. And this is why I don't film during the day, because the lighting changes every couple of seconds and then it looks weird. It's fine. Everything is fine. Sorry if the light is constantly changing. I can't control the sun, even though I could have just waited a couple of hours, but like, whatever. We're here now. Anyways, I don't think I've talked about this on my channel. I've kind of just been like playing with the idea in my head for a while, but I have been wanting to create my own original TBR game for a very long time. I've always kind of thought that like I'm more of a mood reader and that I read better when I don't have goals. And I just like let myself read whatever I want to when I feel like it. And I think I used to be like that, but earlier this year I have started doing month-long readathons where I make a set TBR and follow prompts, and I'm finding that every month where I've done a readathon I have read so much more than the months where I don't have a set TBR, so I think I actually do better with some structure. So I've been wanting to make a little TBR game and do it every month and make my reading life easier and just have some sort of game pick my TBR for me. But I didn't want to like take somebody else's thing. I kind of wanted it to be my own thing, and doing a readathon every single month would be exhausting. So I figured that I would just make my own game, and I settled on Operation. I loved this game as a kid. My mom and my brother and I used to play it all the time, and I think I was good at it. I don't really remember. I think I was like pretty okay at it when I was a kid, but I love this game. It's just really fun, and so I thought it would be a great way to make it into a TBR game. So I'll get into how it's gonna work. So in case you have never seen Operation before, this is what it looks like. It comes with all of these like little tiny pieces that you put into the corresponding slot, and you have to use these tweezers here to get the piece out of the slot without touching the side of it, because what happens when you touch the metal? It buzzes at you. So how the game works, I have these two little jars here. This jar here is the one that I'm going to be choosing from for most of the time. It has positive prompts like read a book from an author that I love, or read a 5-star prediction, stuff like that, where it'll be really good. And then it has some normal things like read the next book in a series, read an ebook or an audiobook, a bunch of stuff like that, where it's just like neutral things. So that's this one, and then the other jar is the punishment jar. And this jar has prompts like finish a book that I DNF'd, read a book that I've been avoiding, a book over 500 pages, add a book to my TBR, stuff like that, where it's a little bit more negative and like will push me to read things that I don't really want to read, but that's the fun part of a punishment, right? So how it's going to work with my two jars here, I'm going to put the pieces into the operation board and pull them out, and if I do manage to successfully pull out a piece, I will pick a prompt from the normal jar, and if I hit the buzzer, I will get a punishment. And for the number of prompts that I'm going to be drawing, I'm going to use a random number generator between 4 and 12, and whatever I land on is the minimum that I have to read for that month. 4 books is usually the minimum that I read per month, and 12 would be a huge challenge for me. I don't normally get past like 6 or 7, so 12 would be a huge challenge. And lastly, the way that I'll be determining which slot I'll be pulling from, I'm going to have all these written down on cards, and I'll pull one at random, which I totally forgot to do, so be right back. And we're back, and I've made the cards that correspond to all of the various different slots on the game. So that's basically how the game is going to work. It's pretty simple, but I'll leave all of the info down below in case anybody wants to also do it themselves. Feel free. I did look around online and I didn't find anybody else who was using Operation to pick their TBR for them. But if you do happen to know anybody who has also done this before, please let me know in the comments, and I will leave their info in the box and give credit where credit is due. But as far as I'm aware, I am the first one to do this, so that's kind of exciting. I think that's all that I had to go over, so let's get into it. Okay, so we are set up and good to go. The only thing that I am missing is the cell phone piece, which I did not know was missing until right now. And I'm also not going to be using the elastic piece here because this one came with a broken elastic, and like I have short hair, so I don't own one, so not using those ones. And I'm also going to figure out a better setup for doing this, because this is a little bit of an awkward set up, so I will figure out a better way to do this, but for now, this is what we're working with. So first things first, we are going to generate a random number between 4 and 12 to determine how many books I'll actually be reading this month. As you can see here, I have 4 and 12, right? No, I have 1 and 12. Okay, now I have 4 and 12. I hope that's in focus. Let's see if I can hit the button just by looking at the viewfinder. 5. Okay, that's doable. 5 is doable. I'm going to shuffle the cards here a little bit, very poorly because I'm bad at shuffling, but it's fine. Okay, those go right there. This one is the normal prompts jar. This one is the punishments jar. So let's do our very first card. The frog. All right. So the frog is this little guy right here in the center of the board. Pretty easy one, so I should be able to get this no problem. I got it. Okay, so we are going to pick from our first prompt. My camera doesn't have autofocus. It's going to be a process to get everything good. Okay, I hope that's legible. What does this say? First book in a series. Okay. I have to read the first book in a series, and for this one I'll be reading In the Hall with the Knife by Diana Peterfreund. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, it's fine. This is the first book in what is going to be a trilogy based off of the board game Clue. That's pretty much all that I know about it. It's a murder mystery. I think it takes place at like a super elite boarding school. I have been dying to read this book. I don't normally read like murder mystery type things, but this just sounds so fun. And October especially, like all of fall, but especially the month of October, I really want to read mysteries and stuff like that. So this sounds like it's going to be a really, really good one. And I've heard some fantastic things about it. So I am really looking forward to this one. Card number 2. I hope you can see that. The bird. So that is this one right up here on the very top. A little awkward. Think I can do it. Come here. I did it. So that brings us to prompt number 2. YA fantasy. All right. So far, so good. Draw number 2. I have to pick a young adult fantasy, and for this one, I'll be reading Ghostwood Song by Erica Waters. This one, I don't really know what it's about, to be honest, so I'll just read you the synopsis real quick from Goodreads. Stockhill Girls meets beautiful creatures in this lush and eerie debut, where the boundary between reality and nightmares is as thin as the veil between the living and the dead. If I could have a fiddle made of daddy's bones, I'd play it. I'd learn all the secrets he kept. Shady Grove inherited her father's ability to call ghosts from the grave with his fiddle, but she also knows the fiddle's tunes bring nothing but trouble and darkness. But when her brother is accused of murder, she can't let the dead keep their secrets. In order to clear his name, she's going to have to make those ghosts sing. Family secrets, a gorgeously resonant LGBTQ love triangle, and just the right amount of creepiness makes this young adult debut a haunting and hopeful story about facing everything that haunts us in the dark. So I'm getting murder mystery, there's ghosts involved, and also it's gay, so like, I'm excited to read this one. I think I heard this one from Olivia over at Olivia Reads a Latte. She was reading it, I think recently. I forget now, to be honest, but I'll be reading that one this month, and it sounds like the perfect October read. I can't wait. I'm really trying to keep this TBR very spooky autumn October vibes, so this one is perfect for that. Card number 3. The Booger. That is this one right over here. Also a pretty easy one. So far, so good. Yeah, that one was no problem. Pick number 3. Oh, this side. What does that say? POC author and protagonist. For draw number 3, I got a book written by a POC author with a POC main character. And for this one, I'll be reading Ghost Squad by Claribel A. Ortega. This one is a middle grade that's described as Stranger Things with a hint of Ghostbusters, and it sounds really cute. The cover is adorable. I love it. I'm not super clear on the plot, but I know that involves a cat character, and like this young girl teams up with her grandmother or something to like defeat the evil spirits or something like that. But this one, I think it was actually also Olivia over at Olivia Reads a Latte who I found this book from. So I guess I'm just getting all of my like Halloween reads from her this year apparently. That's fine. But this one sounds adorable, and again, perfect for the Halloween vibe. It takes place a few days before Halloween, and it sounds perfect. So I can't wait to get this one as well. Card number 4. The bucket. The bucket is down here. I hope I get like one punishment at least. That'd be kind of fun. Okay, I got it. Also an easy one. This is too easy. My hands are too steady. I need some drama in my life. I need the punishment. Pick number 4. I think that, is that upside down? My most recent purchase. Okay. All right. I like that answer. And at the time of filming this, the last thing that I bought was this box set of A Darker Shade of Magic by Victoria Schwab. I just finished reading book 1, and so that means that I get to read book 2 in the series. I'm so excited. Oh my god. So book 2 is A Gathering of Shadows. This is a portal fantasy series that takes place in a world where there are 4 different Londons. There's Grey London, which has no magic, Red London, which is where our main character is from, and there's an abundance of magic, White London, which is vicious and cruel, and Black London, which was destroyed by magic. Like I said, I just finished the first book a couple days ago, and I was dying to read book 2, so I'm very glad that Operation is allowing me to read book 2. I'm so excited. This worked out very nicely for me. And the last card. The puppy. So cute. Alright, we're going in. Grab that puppy by the tail. Oh! Oh no! Oh, it went off a little bit. Oh, I have to do the punishment. Fine. I literally just asked for this and now I'm mad about it. It's fine. So let's see what we get. Read in one sitting. Okay, so something short then. And the last draw. I just barely got a punishment. That little buzzer went off so softly. So I got the prompt that I have to read a book in one sitting. And since I didn't give myself rules here, I'm going to pick a pretty short one. And for this one, I'll be reading Swamp Thing Twin Branches by Maggie Stiefvater and illustrated by Morgan Beam. This is a graphic novel. I could not tell you what the plot of this is whatsoever. I'm only reading it because it's Maggie Stiefvater, so I hope I like it. She's my favorite author, so I'm assuming I will, but the actual content of the book, not a clue. I know it's a graphic novel, and I can assume that it's going to involve a swamp monster of some kind, so that should be a good time, I hope. So there we have it. There is my TBR for October. This month it's just one physical book, so I can't really hold up a stack here. The rest of them will either be ebooks or audiobooks from Scribd or my library, or actually the library is open now, so I might go and check these books out. We'll see. But so that does it for my very first round of Operation picking my TBR for me. I hope you guys liked this video. If you do have any ideas at all for my jars, either the normal one or the punishment jars, please let me know. As you can see, I have like very few punishments in here. I couldn't think of too many ideas for that. So if you have any ideas for prompts for either of those jars, please let me know in the comments and I will put them into the jar with your name next to it so I know who that punishment or prompt came from. But yeah, so that should do it. I hope this turned out well. We'll find out. If you guys want to do this game as well, if you happen to have Operation at home, feel free to join in with me. I think I'll probably be doing this pretty much every month unless I have other plans. plans, but for the most part I'll probably be sticking with this TBR game, so look forward to a monthly video like this. And once I have a couple videos, I'll make a playlist where you can watch all of them, and yeah, that should do it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're all having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye! Now the fun part is going to be trying to focus. Why are you making noises?